And I think you did mention freedom of information. You're prepared to ensure that there's Freedom of Information Act.
Correct. And
that's vital.
That deepens our democracy. And this is one of the issues we have in the country.
Yes.
That we do have a problem of access to information by the citizenry to allow them to come to their own conclusions. You look at the restriction by the government in terms of the frequencies given to the different television stations.
This television station should expand beyond where they're now restricted to. That should be part and parcel of movement of information, because you can't restrict information to one area. So you have a dominance of one station owned by the state that controls all the flow throughout the country, like the radio station.
Well, you know, unless you cannot say you're wedded to a deepening of the democracy in the country, and we restrict the frequencies, we restrict the radio stations, etc. Because at the end of the day, the rate of which technology is going, you will not be able to control it. And you're fooling yourself in thinking that I am able to control a group of people based on what information they can access. So, time, but we can move this process faster and the developmental process, because you look at what has happened in Kerala, for example. Just by increasing the internet penetration, the farmers have been able to triple their production.
Production is out.
You know.
And I've seen a program also in Andhra this morning, whereby the villages start a radio station of their own.
Yes, yes. You know, UNESCO is one organization that has been promoting these community radio stations. And we should come into the 21st century and not be beholden to these old ways of the 20th century. And and this is an issue which I seriously have with this government.
Oh, finally, we got to wrap up. I'm sorry the time has gone so fast. I would like to continue, but I think we're going to have to do some more talking we do before in the next interview, in the sense that there's a lot more to talk about where we go from here onwards, because yes, we need a vibrant opposition, we need a vibrant party in power, but that doesn't mean they should not work together, because in this world we're living in, a small world, we can't see ourselves as being know all, see all, do all. It's far from that. We all have knowledge that we could add to help people to help themselves in one way or another. And societies could only grow dependent on the quality of the people and how well they do things for the benefit not only of themselves. That could be a selfish nature, but to the country and future generations. Because if we're going to move forward into the future, we've got to think of the future. We've got to think what we do now, so as to we lift the standards up at all levels. Go back to where we were, I would say 40 years, 50 years, when we had the best school system in the world. When our boys and girls left here, they always excelled wherever they went at university. And those that came back, you know, were on top of the world. But most, I'm afraid, yes, continue to leave. And I know in my sphere is that we train people continuously, and outlive